All right, we are live. So
Okay.
we are here with the lovely Shar and the Pads hot pepper litter. So these little guys are 6 weeks old. They're the biggest 6-week-old puppies I've seen in a long time. And I'm just making sure that you guys are highlighted so it doesn't bounce back to me. 1 second. Let's just make sure this is working.
Hello. Such
Um, Not sure what's going on here. Hang on, I'm trying to spotlight you and it doesn't seem to be working.
Oh,
There we go. All right. I don't want people looking at my picture. I want them looking at you, adorable puppies. So I always ask everybody that comes on Tune In Tuesday to tell us, how is it you came to be a PADS volunteer, Shar? Part of this little
the
family.
I think my partner Lee had heard about pads a long time ago now, probably about 13 years ago, and we got interested in it. We read about the program and became volunteers, and it's been a really great experience ever since then. We've been breeder caretakers. We've had 10 litters of puppies, and we've raised puppies, and you name it, we've kind of done it.
Yeah. And we have to send a super big shout out to Tenbrook Elementary. We know they're watching today to check out these adorable little puppies. So who do you have in your lap there, Shar? Who's waving?
This is Ancho, and he's, I think, the second biggest puppy, and he's saying hi to all the kids in the school.
Yeah. So Lee's school obviously is very involved. Mama Posey normally goes to work with her, but of course, right now Posey has another job to do.
That's right.
And so little Ancho here is awake. Everybody else was kind of snoozing, and we thought we'll wait to wake them up until we go live. So if you are joining us on Zoom and you would like to ask a question, you can click the Q&A button and type your questions in there. You can also type in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can put your questions in the comment section and we will try our best to answer them. So these little puppies, again, if you missed it at the beginning, this is our hot pepper litter, and these are Posey puppies, and the dad is Robbie, right?
Robbie, yeah, that's right.
So
I'm gonna put you guys up here.
wonderful. And so Char's going to wake up the puppies. Is everybody ready? Because this is super fun.
The puppies. Puppies. Your puppies here. Come on. Get up. Oh my goodness. Come here. Here. Listen. They don't even care about the clicker right now.
They're so sleepy. Oh my goodness, I love sleepy puppies. Anyway, we'll just pan the camera to them if they don't want to wake up. Look at this. Look at this castle of dog beds. This is beautiful.
Come on. Okay, I better feed them or something. They're not going to do anything.
They're like, we're gonna look. How about, why don't you introduce them, Shar, and tell us what each
Okay.
of them.
Okay.
We have somebody in the background that would like to be part of the party.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, quiet here. I'm just gonna put Jaxie away here. Okay.
Jaxie is one of the resident dogs, the shortest one. She's Dachshund, right?
She's the little wiener dog. Yeah, she's
Little
the Dachshund, and I put her in the other area there. Okay. So these are the puppies. And I have to look at their collar because they have so much skin because they're such big puppies. I don't know who they are. So this is Ancho that you saw.
Little cutie pie.
This sleeping puppy here is Fresno. Fresno puppy.
Fresno says, I is napping.
That's Habanero sleeping there.
Gosh,
Puppies. Hey. Oh, this is Habanero. Sorry. The collars look so different. So similar, I mean. So, and that is the little girl. That is Pimento. Hey, puppies. Puppies. This one I can't see the collar. It's probably, oh, no, there's Jalapeno. There's Jalapeno.
Oh my goodness.
This
Little baby have
is habanero.
and habanero.
Habanero. So these are the 7 hot peppers that aren't acting so hot right at the second.
They're not as spicy as one would think. So
No,
they
no.
are adorable.
And they haven't played or anything. So I was waiting for you guys. So let me try and get them up here. Little puppies, puppies.
Well, shout out to Dormick Park Elementary that want to snuggle all the puppies that are watching with us today. And
Here they come.
oh, and you'll notice the puppies as they come up to Shar come up and they're very calm and they sit. And that is not just that they're perfect angelic puppies that came out of the womb that way, but because Lee and Shar have taught them that sitting gets them what they want. So in this case, their lunch.
Come on, you guys, come on.
Okay, so they're the biggest and the sleepiest puppies I've ever seen.
They're only this sleepy right at the second.
They remind me a little bit of the story litter right now. They're just like, who would like to snuggle with me?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, come on. There you go.
To eat. So this is a different kind of litter that we're seeing right now. What's Posey's personality like? What is her kind of standard speed, and is she a spicier pup or is she quieter?
No, Posey's really even keeled, and she's a great mommy. She's pretty quiet. She goes to school with Lee every day. And when she's not being a mama.
Yeah.
And she's how do I describe Posey? She's just a really, really good, quiet dog. She likes to play with Jersey and Santini and Jaxie. Okay, don't get too close here now.
He says,
This is
I'm ready
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno is ready for close-up.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty funny. Okay.
I just want to call Jalapeno little baby Hal because
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Posey's been great. And she's great with the kids at school.
yeah. If any of the
And
kids want to ask questions, we'd be happy to answer them. So feel free to throw them in the Q&A or the chat.
Hi.
And Robbie's a pretty cool dude too. He's I have met him and he's just a really nice, steady, solid boy. Likes to have fun, but just a nice guy. Oh my goodness gracious.
So they like to eat.
They do. Although they do not have the ferocity that I would expect from 6-week-old Labrador puppies. They seem very refined in their eating technique.
Yeah, they're not too bad, that's for sure.
I remember I called it the mealtime tornado, where the puppies would be like spinning around the bowl because they'd all start going in a pinwheel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Trying to get every last kibble.
Yeah, these guys haven't started that yet.
No. No, they do not look like they're lacking for food. So hello,
no, that they are not.
hello, Penny. We see your waving hand there. And hello, Teresa, who's joining us from Edmonton, one of our lovely friends from Dogs with Wings. Hi, Guart, who's just says no questions, just love watching them. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think anybody doesn't love watching puppies. So do you want to tip the camera up just a tiny bit? Because we're cutting off the puppies. There we go.
That's better? Okay.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. They are too cute. So right now they're set up, their pen is in your basement area, right?
Yeah, so we have their kennels and stuff set up. So we do kennel training. We have all kinds of toys, and we have all kinds of different things for them to crawl on, so that they have different items to crawl on, and like tarps and stuff we have outside, and and so that they're not scared to walk on different surfaces.
Yeah.
And they walk in the basement here, and it's cement, and then they're learning to go up the stairs currently, not coming down yet, but going up the stairs to go outside. They love being outside.
Well, and they're very lucky puppies with that big property to romp on, and all
Yeah,
Auntie Wiggly and Santini and
that's right. And Jaxie, they think Jaxie's
Jaxie.
cool. They're just as tall
They-
as the wiener dog.
Coolest collection of ants. So yeah, Jaxie's a little wiener dog. So are they taller than her yet?
They're just the same size at the shoulder. Of course, Jaxie's almost twice as long as them, but they're about the same height.
Yeah. Well, I'm laughing. Laura says, super cute babies, pretty chill response. Usually Char's call incites a puppy riot. It is true. I have seen puppies respond to you at grad and puppy class, and it's usually quite the chaos. So,
Well, usually, yeah, except for right now, of course, they're tired yet. So they're waiting to go outside, I'm pretty sure.
Lee says, ask Char not to film so close.
Okay, I'll move way back here. I'm trying to cover up the pee pads there so that they do their job.
Okay. Just angle the camera up because now we can't see them.
Up again, okay.
There we go. Yeah, so Lee's at school watching, I think, with her kids. So Lee, you get to participate that way. So.
You guys are pretty subdued. You guys know that they're on TV or what?
They're like, we're just showing off for everybody about how calm and relaxed we are. And
Yeah.
all the puppy raisers are going to say, I want one of those because they're so calm. And then they'll come home and be super spicy chili puppies because they actually are. It's one of those things too that is really important to point out is that, you know, when you see these podcasts, you are literally seeing a moment in time, and all puppies have moments like this where they're very quiet and very calm. It does not mean that is their basic speed. So, but these guys are pretty cute.
Puppy, here, puppies, here, puppies.
Who is this? Is this Ancho again?
That's Habanero and Serrano, and I don't know who this one is because I can't see their collar. But like I said, they're learning the manding thing, and so the manding is when I call them, they come and they sit nice and quietly, and they're waiting for a treat. Usually, I click and treat them, but of course I can't right now.
They're like, well, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
Like Laura says, how does it feel to be a returning breeder caretaker, and what does Santini think of these babies?
It's awesome to be a returning breeder caretaker. I mean, we miss these little faces, and I think we went for, I don't know, 5 years without having our own litter. We took care of a couple litters. Hey. We took care of a couple litters, and it's awesome. And Santini pretty much is done with puppies. They take her around and play with her, and she's like, yeah, I'm over you guys, but you're still pretty cute.
Well, I will pass. Well, it's funny. I was laughing when you took in, I can't remember which litter it was, but for years there, Jackie used to call me Tara's home for wayward puppies, because when there was a litter that didn't have a breeder caretaker, they somehow wound up at my place.
Yeah.
And then that seems to have been what you guys have done the last couple of years until Posey came along. So it's exciting that you have your own breeding dog now. But yeah, Lee and Char, so Sharpie's home for wayward puppies.
Yeah.
Lee and Char have hosted, so you had, I'm trying to remember, you had the Hunger Games litter after me, and you had one of the golden litters, didn't you?
We did. Maybe Lee can remember the name and type it in there. We did, and then we had
Samba. She said Samba's litter, but now I don't remember which litter of Samba.
Oh yeah, it was Samba's litter. I can't remember what litter it was.
Yeah, I don't know. But
and then we had
the apples?
No.
I don't remember.
No, wasn't the apples. I can't remember. Puppies.
Oh, arrow, flash arrow litter. That's what it was. Thanks,
That's right.
Lee. Yeah, so the flash arrow
Puppies.
litter, and then more recently you had the Lion King litter.
Oh yes, yeah, that was Bailey's. Lion King litter, and I don't know. It's kind of all a blur.
Oh, there's so many puppies, so little time.
So many puppies. Yes.
Oh my goodness, they're so cute.
Puppies. Puppies, wake up.
Oh,
Puppies.
yeah, and the tea litter. Who? I
Oh
thought-
yes, yeah.
Wasn't the tea litter Santini's?
No, that was Holly's litter.
Oh, okay. How did I miss it?
Puppies, you puppies. What a good puppy you are. What a good boy you are. Show.
No, Cinder was from our campfire litter, who was born at Ron and Ruth's house, one of Noosa's puppies. So, yeah. So, yeah. It's interesting how many of our names will fit into different themes. So,
Puppies.
look
Good
at all the babies coming and running.
Okay, you're too close though.
Okay.
You're too close. Very
They're
good.
They're like, we're perfect. What are you talking about? Look at how cute we are.
What good puppies you guys are.
Yeah. Penny says, I can't believe that little puppy I put in your arms now has all these big broods.
Yeah.
It is hard to believe that teeny tiny little Posey produced these big, big, big puppies. But
Well, yes, collectively they weigh more than Posey does, that's for sure.
yeah,
They're big, big puppies.
you were saying combined, they're over 100 pounds of puppies,
Yeah.
right? So that's a lot of puppy. So
That's a lot of puppies.
we were commiserating before we went live here about, so Cadence's puppies at 8 weeks old were like 20 to 25 pounds typically, and I could only carry one at a time because they were just too big to carry more than one. And, which, I mean, really doesn't sound like that much, but when you're having to load them all in the car to go to a vet appointment or something like that, and you're taking them down a couple flights of stairs, and then you're having to hoof them all back up those flights of stairs. Nobody needs a gym membership is all I have to say about that. So
No, nobody does.
Guar says one of her wildest dreams is to sleep overnight with puppies. I laugh because I had a friend who said her dream was to lie on the floor and be smothered in puppies. And then she did it for about 30 seconds and was like, okay, my dream didn't feel anything like that. That was very bitey. So, but someday, everybody has to have their moment, right?
Some days, right? Puppies, puppies.
I mean, today would maybe be a good day to lie down in a snuggle of puppies. These guys look like they'd probably all just be like, yeah, let's curl up and cuddle.
Yeah, today, right now.
Right now, this second, not
Within
yesterday.
seconds, yeah.
So Tenbrook misses Posey and is wondering if you can pan the camera to Posey.
Oh, Posey's outside, so I'll have to go get her.
All right.
Okay, so I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
put
go
you
for a little walk. Oh, you're gonna set us down and go get Posey?
yeah, I'll set you down because I have Jaxie scratching at the door here too, wanting to come in. So,
Okay, so we'll watch the Snuggly Snoozy puppies while
hey,
you,
puppies, come on.
we can see them. They're all good.
They're all good? Okay,
They're all good. You've got a good angle there. So,
okay, I'm going to get Posey,
all
and
right,
then you're gonna see them eat some more.
perfect.
Okay.
Look at these little cutie patooties. So for those of you watching, we're here with our hot pepper litter. Oh, and I think a puppy just knocked over the camera. So we're not here with the hot pepper litter. We're here with the puppies that are, have been left alone with the camera. Oh, now we have a puppy playing with the camera. So this is Tune In Tuesday Gone Wild.
Oh.
Puppies decided to play with the camera.
Okay, everybody, come on. Can't leave you alone for 2 seconds. Okay, take Jersey out, Jersey out. Good girl. Okay, so Posey's just come in. Can you see her?
No, because your hand's over the camera.
Oh, it is?
Oh, there you go. You're good.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So Posey is here and now everybody is awake. They're like, Mama was the magic that you needed. There we go.
There we go.
Posey. Oh my goodness. Jolynn just posted that she saw a litter of pug puppies in HomeSense last week and the owner let me hold some of them. I nearly died of happiness. This is very, very true. Puppies are the magic. So
They are.
oh my goodness gracious. Posey, what a good mama. Do you want to just angle up a tiny bit?
Oops, sorry.
No, that's okay. So Jolynn is asking, do you need to wake up at night to do puppy duty, or are these guys sleeping at night? What does that look like, Shar?
No, they're pretty good. So we put them to bed about 10 o'clock, 10:30, and Posey isn't staying with them all night anymore, of course, because they're 6 weeks old. So they have their little area that they sleep in, and then Lee's up with them at 5:30 in the morning, and they get up and play a little bit during the night, but they don't. They're pretty quiet. And we don't have to come down and do anything with them. Typically, they'll play for a couple minutes and then they'll fall back asleep. So they're really good puppies.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the milk bar is open.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Jaxie says, I would like in on some action here. Why,
Yeah.
why am I not the star?
That's right. Exactly.
And have they become, have they begun training already? Jolynn is asking.
What part of training?
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah. So, I mean, our puppies start out their training very early. Actually, when they're a few days old, we start doing biosensor exercises with them, exposing them to different things and stimulus. But what Shar was talking about earlier, like manding, which is where the puppies, when they come running, will come up and sit automatically, is part of their training. So it's teaching them that there's a way to ask for what they want, whereas most puppies instinctively, you know, if you were to come up to a pen, they're going to jump on the pen and try and get to you. But these guys have already learned that sitting nicely gets them what they want. And so that's part of their training. And then the crates that are in there are also part of that. So teaching them that being in their crate is a good place to be. So they've got a few different exercises that we do kind of usually after about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, etc. Increasing the amount of time they're in their individual kennels alone. We also do a resource guarding protocol, which is giving them something very high value to chew on and then taking it away and giving them something else very high value. So just teaching them that giving up things of value is rewarding instead of something that they have to possibly guard or protect. So yeah, and then Jolynn, yeah, all of these puppies are PADS puppies. So they all belong to PADS and will go into training with PADS. Some of them may go off to other schools as part of our North American Breeding Cooperative with other Assistance Dogs International schools. So Posey actually came to us as part of that exchange program. And so some of her puppies will go into that program and be dispersed to other schools so that everybody keeps their lines healthy and all that good stuff. I'm not sure. Do you know, Shar, how many of them are going to other schools? I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Probably some for sure because PADS has got a lot of puppies, but yeah, we don't know how many.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that kind of gets decided. Our breeding manager looks at all the litters on the ground and how many are going to get allocated to other schools and how many are going to stay. So, so Kim is asking, at what age might a puppy raiser get one of these guys? So these guys are going to be going to the raisers in just a couple of weeks. So our puppies go out on the Friday after their 8-week birthday. So if they turn 8 weeks on, you know, Saturday or Sunday or Monday, they still go out the following Friday. So sometimes they're a little bit closer to 9 weeks by the time they go out, but these guys are going out on the 21st of May. So, and Julie is saying if they're like their mom, Posey was such an amazing puppy to raise, energy to play and have fun, but sweet, smart, and very calm. So, and have all their raisers been chosen? I do not know the answer to that question. I know some of them have, but we tend to wait until after we've done their 8-week assessments. So that's part of why they go out on the Friday, is they typically come in the Monday of the week that they turn 8 weeks for their assessments. And so once we do those assessments, then we match them to raisers that way. So because we want to match puppies with an appropriate kind of home raising environment. And obviously different people have different lifestyles. You know, a family that's a house full of kids that's very busy, go, go, go might not be the best fit for, you know, a more sensitive kind of quiet puppy. But might be the perfect place for a puppy that's got a little more spunk and get up and go, that's able to keep up with a busy family if they're out and about a fair bit. So, and likewise, you know, somebody that's retired and maybe things are a little bit slower paced, or, you know, they're home a lot of the time, you know, a quieter pup could just thrive in that environment. So. And so Jolen's asking, is an all chocolate litter rare? It's actually quite rare at Pets. I don't think we've ever had them. These guys are actually black. The camera is making them look a little chocolate. So chocolate is a recessive gene. And even though we've had purebred chocolates in our breeding program, we've had a couple of them, they've never produced any chocolate pups for us because both parents need to carry chocolate to produce chocolate. So, which is very sad because I love those chocolates, but both canine and edible. But so, all right, well, we've got a few more minutes here. Are there any more questions from our schools that are watching, or any of our followers? If you're on Zoom, you can type a question into the chat or the Q&A box. And if you're on Facebook, you can type your questions into the comments. But we're going to let these little monkeys go and do whatever is coming next with their day. So they've had lunch. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I'm going to ask you for one more piece of feedback. For those of you watching on Zoom, we were trying out some new technology that Zoom has rolled out today with our closed captions. So the closed captioning today was not our lovely friend Lanny, who normally jumps on. She had a meeting today. So we were trying out the live transcript just to see how it worked. If anybody was looking at the transcript as it was popping up, or the closed captions as they were popping up on Zoom, let us know how accurate they were or how it worked. Like, because you know, we're always trying to make our stuff more accessible, and so we're just curious how that worked. So Lurleen just asked one more question. Does Posey want out of the space once she finishes?
Yes.
She's like, and I'm done. My job, my
Yeah,
work.
she's ready to go.
And at this age, it is very normal for mom to start to kind of withdraw from the puppies as part of the weaning process. And a lot of times people say how important it is for puppies to stay with their moms until they're 8 weeks old. It's actually that they need to stay with their litter mates, which usually, of course, includes the mom. But at this stage, mom is kind of just a bonus, but they really need their litter mates to learn important social skills. So learning things like bite inhibition, so how hard they can chomp down on a litter mate's ear, kind of thing, and will help them with future dog-dog type interactions, and ensure that they're well adjusted and well socialized. So, oh, it looks like, oh, thank you, Lise. She says Jaxie came up as taxi a couple of times, but otherwise amazingly accurate. So that's exciting about the captioning. So thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate that. So, and Kim, congratulations. That's exciting. So Kim just told us that she might be one of the new racers for PADS. So we're always excited to have new volunteers. So welcome to our midst, Kim, and feel free to tune in any Tuesday and watch the upcoming ones. And for those that are watching on Facebook, I noticed today that captions are coming through to Facebook, which they aren't when we manually type them, which is super strange. So, but you may have to tap on Facebook to turn them on if you don't already have them on. So, Miss McMaster is asking, I'm writing from a grade 1 classroom at Lee's school. My students would like to know if the puppies eat only milk or if they have food too at this point. Do you want to answer that one, Shar?
Sure. Yeah. Nope. They're on a special mother and baby crunchy formula. And they're like little puppios.
Yeah. They
and
look like Cheerios.
Little Cheerios. Yeah. And they've been on that for, I think the last week at least.
Yeah.
And they get fed 4 times a day.
Yeah. Do you want to pan up just a little bit? We're just cutting off the
sorry,
puppies. Yeah. No, that's okay. And then Chris was just asking, yeah, the A puppy was Ancho, ANCHO.
That's right. Yeah.
And the closed captioning did a very bad job of that. ANCHO. Yeah, it did a terrible job. So hopefully that came across, Chris. All righty. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We're so glad that you were here, and you can join us next week. Next week, we have a really exciting guest we're really excited about. We've had the privilege of knowing this person, Brad McCannell. He's one of our clients. He's on his 3rd PADS dog now. He just was matched with Sandy, but previously he had Montana and then Chip, who were both golden retrievers, and now he has Sandy, who is a Labrador. But what makes Brad particularly interesting is what he also does for a living. So he works with the Rick Hansen Foundation and does a lot of work around accessibility. So he worked on like the YVR airport project to make sure that the facility is fully accessible for travelers going through. He's been doing some training with us as a PAD staff on accessibility and awareness around how do you help support people with disabilities that you meet either in the community or in our jobs for those of us that work at PADS. So I think it'll be a really interesting topic for our volunteers to ask questions. He is just a wealth of knowledge and also a really, really just funny guy who is really kind of entertaining. So tune in. I'm trying to think if he's next week or the week after. I think he's next week. I don't know. The schedule is up on the Tune In Tuesday page, and we'd love to have you join us for that. If you want to get notifications of who our future guests are, if you sign up at pads.ca/tune-in Tuesday, and there's hyphens between the tune and the in and the Tuesday, and you will get a notification each week of who the upcoming guests are. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And everybody, you are welcome. Thanks for the thank yous and the comments, and we will see you all soon. And thank you so much, Shar, for taking time out of your day. And thank you, Lee, for all of the info that you've sent across virtually. And thank you so much to our schools. So to Tenbrook, and I'm trying to remember the name of the other school that dialed in. We're so glad that you joined us. So feel free to join us anytime, but we love having you here. So take care. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Tara.
No problem. Bye, Shar.
Bye-bye.